It all starts with yes.
All right, the pandemic may have changed things in our island way of life, forced us to become a little bit more, a little bit more cautious, maybe even a little bit more paranoid. Nothing wrong with that, but our island spirit of hospitality, taking care of one another, and celebrating the way we always do, that has not changed one iota. And who better to bring in that than the Guam Visitors Bureau, who Nico Fujikawa is our guide down in Tumon this morning. And Nico, hafaday, buenas, and good morning to you. And congratulations on this Fandanña Fridays program. We can't wait to learn all about this.
Thank you. Thanks for having me too.
Yes. Okay. First of all, I gotta know, because I lived in Tumon for better part of a decade and everything like that. Are you on a laptop or are you on your phone right now?
I'm on a laptop right now.
Okay, because I was gonna ask, can you just give a turn and maybe give us a shot of that wonderful view you guys have? Because you guys at GVB have the most beautiful view.
I'm actually overgrown over here, so yeah, you're gonna see gonna see the snake bushes there, but
nothing wrong with that.
Over to the beach side. Yeah.
Well,
beautiful.
Yeah. Well, that beautiful foliage, the colors, everything like that. Ypao Beach is going to be the place to be for this Fandanña Fridays program. Tell us a little bit about it, how it all was conceived, and what people can expect to get out of it.
Sure. First of all, thanks for having me. It's great to kind of get the word out. I think if we learned anything over the pandemic is the local people want activities to do. Right. We've been isolating for a while. We've got vaccinated, and now it's time to actually start looking into getting out there, getting back together. And so Fandanña in Chamorro actually means to get together. And we talked about this. We didn't necessarily want this to be just a food truck event. The food trucks will kind of be the staple as the locals have grown used to with like the Thursday nights. But we really called it Fandanña Friday because we plan to feature other local businesses, right? Special attractions. So for the first one to kick it off, we're actually going to have my uncle John Ray Uggin with the Carabao rides for everybody to enjoy. So he'll be in the park along with the food trucks. We have about 8 food trucks. If you don't mind, I'm just going to do a shout out to a bunch of them because they've been great partners.
Oh, sure. Yeah, go for all 8, bro.
Yeah. The Food Truck, A&L, Loidas, Dikiki Donuts, Munchies, Matacos, Manong Picas, and Shave It. We're kind of going to start off like that. And what we wanted to do was maybe feature different types of attractions or local businesses as we go along. So this is a learning event for the Guam Visitors Bureau, right? As well as Department of Parks and Recs. All the partners involved, and we're trying to really bring some life and activity back to Tumon. Mm-hmm. As you notice, the only activity that we really have is military walking around or the locals exercising in the place, right? So we wanted it's a win-win situation when we were designing it, bring more foot traffic into Tumon. It kind of shares and spreads out to all the businesses here, but it also gives the people an opportunity to enjoy the sunset, as well as have some good food and kind of just get together at Ypao.
You brought back so many memories because, again, like as a former resident of Tumon, it broke my heart when the pandemic first started out, and you just saw the entire strip. I mean, was just absolutely barren. Things boarded up, things not opening, lights not on. The fine work that you guys do to kind of like decorate, the whole pathway going from Hilton all the way down to, to the Nico and everything like that. So. The fact that now I've got so many vivid memories of Ypao Beach hosting these wonderful events, the Japanese festival every year, concerts, the amphitheater being, the sounds, echoing from the park all the way off the cliff and everything like that. That is finally coming back with this. And
yeah, we wanted to start small, right? The Governor Joseph Flores Memorial Park, our Ypao, is essentially the largest and I guess the most popular park. It's Guam's park, right? Big events are always held here. So, it's in GVB's backyard. We said, hey, why not start something here? Let's start it small and let's grow it from there. Let's see the interest. And man, I can tell you, Jason, before we even announced this officially, we were getting phone calls. How do we participate? How do we participate? So, without having this be a runaway event, we wanted to say, all right, let's see what we want to offer. Let's see the community feedback. Because obviously we're still working with public health to make sure that everybody's safe, that things are spaced out enough so that it's not really a huge congregation, things like that. So we wanted to start small and see how the attraction works. And I mean, we're actually looking into rotating specific attractions. It's not premature to say because we're already going to start discussions with them. But the Palauan community has reached out and said, hey, can we be a feature? Can we come and perform and sell some of our And I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely. Let's sit down with you and maybe we can have a Fandanña Friday, which is the branding of it, featuring the Palauan community. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how we're looking to
Oh,
evolve
and
this.
they're gonna do the traditional women's dance. Oh, that's so beautiful.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, there's so many opportunities with it, and the reason why we're timing it now, one is the Friday after Valentine's, right? So people are still looking for things to do together, but also because we're looking to recover the tourism industry in the next couple of months, right? Airlines are looking to start coming back by April and then into the summertime. So, you know, what better way to get started now, get our activity muscles moving again. That way, when visitors actually start truly returning and the flights start coming back, we already have something established.
Exactly. So yeah, so this is going to be like hopefully like a new island tradition, an island institution, because like you said, it's Fandanña Fridays with the S at the end and everything, indicating this is a series.
Right, right. We anticipate this growing to see how far we can push out and understand how it evolves, right? But just so you know, because GVB is involved with Parks and Recs, it's going to be a little different. We actually, the layout of this, I think we shared it with media, but we wanted to leave the parking lot as open as possible for our local people to actually take advantage of parking, right? Because parking is always an issue in Tumon, no matter what. So what we've asked the team to do is kind of integrate all the food trucks and the attractions into the park itself. So all that parking and the gates will stay open. We have our visitor safety officers, the what I like to call the highlighter fighters in Tumon. You guys are awesome, right? So they've always been a great partner with GVB, and we'll have them throughout the park. So it's going to be very safe. GPD's involved, they know GFD's involved. So, you know, we're getting all the players together to make sure that it's a safe event and everybody, you know, enjoys themselves.
Mm-hmm. Now, of course, you know, all the vendors, you know, you guys do such a good job at, you know, organizing these things, promoting these things. But all the vendors are obviously going to take their cue from you guys, you know, like for your leadership. So all the vendors have to do is just, you know, come out, you know, bring their best products, their best services, their best music, their best food and everything. Just do what they do, and you guys will take care of the rest.
Yeah, and you know, one of the things we talked about too was we really wanted this to be an organic event, not necessarily a super formal one, right? So what I mean by that is I think we're also working with the food trucks to see if they had local artists who wanted to come and plug and play, kind of get more of like a street festival type of feel as opposed to a professional band, things like that. So we really wanted to integrate the community back into getting together.
Okay, so how can people sign up for this? Because I know that, you know, I'm watching our comments right now, and people are going to say, okay, I'm in. You know, like I know I'm an artisan, I'm a musician, I'm a spoken word poet, I'm a, you know, I'm a craftsman or everything like that. Like that sounds like something I would really love to get involved with.
Yeah, so I mean, right now what we're doing is because we wanted to start small. Obviously, we know that the pandemic is still there, so we are really trying to mitigate any type of huge congregation, right? And so what we wanted to do is, if they're interested, I encourage them to reach out to GVB. You can call our number directly. Or at info@visitguam.com. Send us an email. And what we'll do is we'll sit with these different vendors and understand where we can fit them in. Because this is an ongoing event, there's a lot of opportunity to get involved.
Okay.
And because it's not exclusive to any type of business, right? So we're looking at retail, artists, you know, we really want to promote the Made in Guam kind of things, locally grown businesses, small businesses, even just attractions. So.
Yeah, because you've got, I mean, I've lost count already of the number of, you know, homebound, you know, family operations where it's, you know, like a mother and a daughter who, you know, produce like really cool T-shirts, or, you know, it's some guy that makes, you know, baked goods and everything. I mean, there's a million different stories like that in Guam, and thanks to you guys are going to feature as many of them as possible.
Yeah, we're trying to give them an avenue to get out there and kind of get everybody moving again.
Now, I know we got a lot of friends at GVB, you know, even some former KUM alumni over there. So shout out to Keisha. Tell us about like kind of like the juggling act that it is to balance like all of these, you know, these really cool ideas, to bring them to life, to have this communications network with all of these vendors, and, you know, keep everybody in the loop, and make sure that you guys are actually running not only the most fun event you can have, but also one where people go there and they're going to say, okay, I know I'm going to be safe, I'm going to be healthy, and I'm really going to, you know, be reinvigorated with the Hafa Day spirit.
Well, you know, I'm glad you brought that up. The beauty of it, at the core of it, is, you know, we're all locally grown, right? Homegrown. And what I mean by that is when we reached out to the food trucks, they already had their own little group together. You know, they had all the food trucks on one chat. So it kind of made it easier for us. We said, hey, let's sit down with you guys. Let's kind of discuss the expectations, right? Because this event really is a partnership. And so food trucks have skin in the game. GVB, DPR, we're all kind of putting our resources and efforts into this to make it a safe and successful event for the people of Guam. And I can tell you, just from the food trucks trying to get interest into this, we're providing lighting, we're providing security, we're providing trash pickup, all of the stuff that would come with an event. We're trying to mitigate and make sure that the park is clean and ready to go for Saturday morning. So it really is the fact that everybody kind of just comes together, and this is our island, and we want it to be successful.
Very cool. Again, if you are a vendor, if you have something that you wish to share with the community, if you want to, you have a talent, a skill, you have items, products you want to retail and everything like that, GVB's taking care of all of the technical and molecular infrastructure, let's call it, and everything like that. And all you have to do is be the best you.
Yeah, reach out to us. I encourage anybody interested to reach out to GVB. You can call our line directly, or you can email us at the info@visitguam.com, and we'll get in touch with you, and we can see where we can line you up.
Okay, so of course it is Thursday morning. This happens Friday and everything like that. So any last minute words about can anybody get in at the 11th hour, or is it pretty much locked for this Friday?
No, yeah. So for this one, it's locked only because we're trying to understand the size and scope of things, right? We have spots designated already throughout the park that we are assigning to different vendors, and so this is what I mean by as this event grows, which we anticipate it will. We're also trying to figure out the additional logistics. One thing I do want to mention, though, before we wrap up, is we've reached out to the different local cultural groups, and the Guma Rasan Atsalati. This is BJ Terlahi's group.
Yep.
They'll be doing a blessing for the event, right? Because what GVB is really trying to bring back is integrating culture into everything we do. I mean, even just Fandanña Friday, right? We want it to be very local, get together, a gathering. But to kick that gathering off and the entire Fandanña Friday series, we have BJ's group coming down, and they're going to do the sign of blessing for us.
Yeah,
so
okay.
that's going to happen
even more reason to show up for the opening, people. Make sure to go down there and see it right at the jump.
So I know the event starts at 5 p.m. and we did that because we wanted people to still enjoy the sunset, enjoy the park. But that blessing will be at 6 o'clock, so it gives people time to come home from kind of get changed down to the beach and.
All right, very cool. Okay, Nico, one last thing. I mean, we know you're a talented guy, you're a creative guy. You guys are marketing pros over there. I want to let you flex a little bit about that wonderful photography over your left shoulder and everything, and what sentimental value it has to you in particular.
So this picture, actually, I went running in Tumon, and we started like GVB, end up at Nico Hotel. I took this back in 2014. I did a whole panoramic. Thank God panoramics were still a thing, or started phones. But
that was the iPhone 8, I think, at the time.
Yeah, I think so. This is actually right where the Tsubaki Tower was at. So right next to the Nico Hotel, it used to have an open garden space. I don't know if you remember that on the side.
Yep.
And went over there, and I said, man, this is the whole view of Tumon. So snapped a shot, and from that, my team actually bought and printed this out for me. So very sentimental.
That is gorgeous. But well done over there. Well done to you with your creative endeavors, and actually well done to GVB for putting this together and making this available for our community. Because like we said, we're starting local, and hopefully when tourism comes back, and as you so appropriately said, like once the airlines start bringing more people in, it's going to be an established thing, so people can go down there, and everybody knows about Fandanña Fridays and what a good time they can have.
Absolutely.
All right. Hey, so we'll see you down there. We know you got a lot of work to do in maybe the next 18 hours and everything like that, but Godspeed to you guys. We know you guys always put on a good show.
Thanks, Jason. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right. See you there. All right. That's Nico Fujikawa, our guy down at GVB. Man, amazing stuff happening. So please make time to bring the family down. It's going to be a wonderful time. We are going to take a little bit of a break now. Please stay tuned. The link continues right after this. You're watching KUAM, guys.
It's deep diving into what's making news, listening to your feedback, and getting you the answers